Hello, everyone. Let's talk about my conversations with Jeff Bezos. Well, being a publisher now for almost 40 years and publishing very specialized books, Amazon, of course, when it first started off, was a book business. That's how it got his toehold in the business market. There's always been a huge variety of books available to the public, but very little of this could be accessed. You had to make special orders, look at books in print, etc. And any commodity that everybody uses, and who doesn't have 15 or 20 books, even if you can't read? People have these everywhere. And there are offshoots of that, anywhere from blank books, which you use as diaries, to comic books, to little trinkets, etc. So the whole idea is all these things are out there. And so Bezos, with his stock market investing background and his wealthy family, jumped into Amazon, rented a small little house in the suburbs of Seattle, and started selling books out of his garage and had a small staff to do it. And of course, the way he took the market was to lose a lot of money. He sold books at great discounts, and in some cases at cost. So we were one of those people that had books that were sought after by the public, and if they could get it less expensive, they certainly wanted to do it, because our books were premium based because of the rare and powerful information that we offer. So as such, Amazon was one of our best customers, and usually we sent out a few books to them every week. And they would normally order directly by telephone. They would call us, and we would charge them through credit card services we had, and that would be the way it worked. After watching the many YouTube audios or videos on Amazon and its founder, it ringed in my actual head the fact that I had spoken to him many times, that he was the person that was placing these orders. And you got to remember, this is a tiny company. I'm sure he did this with hundreds of people around the country by ordering books. So one of the amusing things is I always had a little chat with him, not business-based, but we would place his orders. I mean, what could we say? He wasn't really interested in the occult sciences. But what the interesting part of the story is the fact that Amazon was completely unknown to me at that time. And this is when they had just started, and even the internet was new. We were just starting to use computers, recording orders, in computerized systems and everything that goes with that. This was all part of the process of doing things. So this certainly was not a special or big company. It was a plain and simple, just another company. And usually we screen people a little more. I'm not sure why we were even giving them discounts, but I guess we did. You always want to sell to legitimate people, and apparently they were legitimate. So I would speak to him at least once a week, and he would place an order, and I would send it. But the amusing part of the whole story is the fact that I didn't quite understand he had such an odd company name. Now, what was this company name? Well, Amazon.com. Well, we look at that now as understanding what it was. Well, what was odd about it is the fact is, why would you put the word dot after your company? So this is kind of odd. So I remember and didn't get it. I'm sure I maybe even tried to explain it, but I don't remember him saying, no, not the word, just the figure dot. But I was totally, at that particular period of time, this is when they just started off, and this is when they first, people weren't on the net back then that much that I remember. At least I wasn't. I said, what? Amazon.com? Okay, and we wrote this down and, of course, sent it to them. And, of course, we put it on there. But what we wrote, I'm assuming they had a chuckle as much as I'm having a chuckle now, it would be Amazon, the word dot, D-O-T, and the word com. So I wrote this, and I remember doing it because I was doing that kind of work. This was many, many years ago. You're talking about 20 years ago, maybe more, 20, 30 years ago. Um, I'm sure they got a joke out of that when it came to their distributing place when they saw it written on the envelope, and Amazon.com. The whole thing written out. Amazon, the word dot, and the word CON as three separate words. So it just shows you how life changes and how life is funny, how you bump into some of the biggest people in the world, at least in some manner, as I've done with other audios I've recently made here of other people I've run into that were famous, like Bill Cosby. So the whole idea is that this world is funny, amusing, and hopefully that's a little chuckle story, and let's hope that old Jeff got a chuckle out of himself.